because this other one is exactly about the same thing, so I'll read it, obviously. But Disney is finally learning the lesson. So Disney really fought us for months and years. Okay, I think when they realized they lost was when YouTube basically said, yeah, criticizing a TV show is not hate speech. And of course, Disney is one of the companies that wants to enforce these so-called hate speech rules. Basically, anyone who disagrees with Disney is, a hateful person. Obviously, anyone who doesn't like the movie Risk, or doesn't like the Marvels, or doesn't like Mufasa the Lion King, or doesn't like the Acolyte, should be banned online because we might actually lose money on these movies because they're terrible ass movies. Mufasa actually didn't lose money, but the Acolyte lost hundreds of millions of dollars for Disney. Risk did. The Marvels became the biggest box office failure of all time, as well. Okay, and Indiana Jones and Destiny became one of the biggest box office failures of all time, as well along with Risk, and of course movies like Turning Red. Baymax was a failure as well. That TV show on Disney Plus. Miss Marvel, I think, was a failure as well. Echo was a failure. Agatha was a failure. Okay, which is why Disney is not continuing any of those series. But Disney, and of course, we're gonna have two more failures coming around very shortly. Captain America: Brave New World, which cost $300 million to make. I don't think that movie's gonna make back that its money. It doesn't have the holidays to save it. Okay, and also you have Snow White, which is projected to do even worse than Brave New World. Yes, Snow White is projected to do even worse than Brave New World. Okay, so Disney has finally thrown in the towel. Okay, they to focus on entertaining and not messages in the films. I guess they realized that people actually do not want wokeness in the movies. Okay, look at the success of Inside Out 2 and Deadpool Wolverine. I was still disappointed by Deadpool Wolverine because they still put some messages in the movie about woke ideals. But, that's I think that was a leftover from the old Disney. Okay, I think they did try to scrub a lot of the woke from Deadpool and Wolverine, and it really shows. But obviously they could scrub it all out, obviously. Which, maybe in Deadpool and Wolverine too, because I think they're planning to make that into a trilogy. They're gonna remove all semblance of woke ideals, woke humor, or anything related to woke ideas at all in the movie. So they'll basically gain rid of DEI from Disney as well. Some Disney employees are not too happy about this. And of course, they're finally removing the trigger warnings from older Disney movies. There should be no reason that there should be trigger warnings for Disney movies, obviously the older movies, or censoring older movies to please, like 2 to 5% of the population. Like these groups of people who are perpetually offended are like 5% of the population at most. Okay, okay, maybe like 10 to 20%. The vast majority of people are not perpetually offended all the time. Okay, that's the truth. The vast majority of people do not live their lives perpetually offended by every single little thing they see on screen. Okay, and Disney and all of Hollywood and the gaming industry now, all they want to do is appeal towards these people, and it isn't working. Okay, very, very few times woke movies have actually made money. Okay, Barbie, I think, is one of the few examples, but that was mostly because of the Barbenheimer meme. Okay, that was the only reason that movie made so much money. Okay, and of course, they have Wicked, which, only did well because of the holiday season and Thanksgiving. Mufasa was only made money because of the holiday season. I haven't seen it. Heard it wasn't a very good movie. It was like the first Lion King remake. Okay, saw several spoiler-free reviews of the movie. They said that the movie the movie was poorly written and is another obvious, very badly written Disney movie, obviously as well, and also a blatant disrespect to animated movies because they could have easily made the Mufasa the Lion King a 2D or even 3D animated movie as well, but nope. I'm talking about like a cartoon animated movie, not full realistic, obviously as well. But people are so sick of Disney. Okay, Mufasa the Lion King did far worse. It's gonna do far worse lifetime than the first Lion King remake, which would be down of 1.2 to 1.1 billion dollars from the first movie, adjusted for inflation, obviously. Adjusted for inflation, it's like $1 billion, down $1 billion, I think, as well. But that's still a massive decline. That's like a 50 to 70% decline for the first movie. So, and let's not forget that, let's just say 50 to 70, because the movie has mixed reception, 50 to 70% of people that not like Mufasa or Lion King, which means a third movie would likely do even worse than the second movie. Okay, as well. Okay, Star Wars is a dead franchise. You can thank Disney for that. No one cares about Star Wars anymore. And you can really thank Disney. Okay? Here. And people are sick of wokeness. And all these companies, I think, are finally throwing in the towel. They're finally saying, you know what? You win. You win. Incels. You hate us so much. You win. And that's what this video here. Goodbye.